Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. A'udhu birabbil falaq min sharri ma khalaqa wa min sharri ghasiqin idha waqaba wa min sharri an-naffasati fil 'uqadi wa min sharri hasidin idha hasad. أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. Dear viewer of Islamic Iman TV, today is my number 7 program about the invisible creations. First of all, I thank you for your patience with me to listen to this my new program about the God invisible creations that you may not heard before from any other religions speakers, because they may not or do not pay attention to unseen creations, or probably they think these unseen are not too important to talk about them. This is my feeling anyway. But when I paid attention to invisible creations names in the religion's book, encourage me to study about them and find out why God mentioned about them repeatedly. Yes, repeatedly in the most known religion's book, like Judaism, Christianity, Islam, even in Buddhism, in Hinduism, and Baha'i faith too. For the last 30 years, I continued my observation about these God invisible creations like a spirit, soul, angel, demon, and Satan, and to want to know about them with the full understanding. Why they are. And thank you for from God that now I can talk about them a little bit, inshallah. Only the importance of these elements or these creations is totally about the life of a human being. If we think and ask ourselves, what is the cause of life? Or on what base we are breathing? So everything has to be some things to be the base should be rely on it. So it is the cause of this, and then it's coming like this. So when we breathing, what is the base on what base the breathing is coming? So, but unfortunately, no one did explain so far through to the any kind of media or any kind of television or radio, or even those in the minbar of masajid. Nobody say about it. This there. Just only say the name Malaik or demon or Satan. So the most things which is very important is the soul and spirit. Like I mentioned in the previous program, and I compare with the insan life with the car movement. When the car has no battery, cannot be started. And if it has no alternator, cannot be stay long to move. Or something that is the conductions of the all things is in this too. In our body, if the soul is not in it, how we be alive? Our sculptures as a effigy in a junk without soul and spirit. I request to all viewers to deeply understand and think in belief to this is very important. We are living, but we don't know who we are and what is the elements or the base that we are be as a active or as a do something. I gave you one example, another one. If we heard some kind of noise from sirens or from some another, even radio that we are listening something, even television we are listening something, do we think from what source this come? We say, oh yeah, this is a station. Well, of course it is a station, but the conductions and the organizing in those things has to have some tool, some things to put together. Other than that, it is by one things is cannot be done. It's a lot of things involved. So I'm also go back to the last week, my presentation number I think is number 6, that I mentioned about these unseen invisible creations, particularly about the angels and about the demons and Satan. Look at that, the angel, how important it is. But at the same time, the angel cannot do nothing. The angel has no free life, has no freedom, has no free act. But we as an insan, we have free act. But demon and Satan entirely have freedom. We are Fa'il al-Mukhtar, we do whatever we can, we do, but still we cannot go under the circle of the limitation. But the angel has particular for the worshipping and under the command of God. And angel has a very high position. God select around him as angel, not any other creations. There is billions of creations which we don't know, which we don't see, even though we see a lot of creation. But God has own choice that select the angel to be close to them, to his administrations. When I'm saying this, a lot of angels, yes, some angels is due for some kind of duty, some angel has for some duty, some has high knowledgeable, some has some low, some kind of, everything is different. Because why? God never create anything alone in or one, to be one thing, one side, one way. Everything has two or more and more and more. So the angel, if you compare with the Malakul Maut, Malakul Azab, or Malakul Ridwan, to the Gabriel or to the Michael, it can be. Gabriel is the top. He has much more, he has capability to transmit all words one by one to the human being which God chose. Some of them is different, and most of them are around among us, among human beings. These are the choice of God, this choice of creators, the choice of is Khaliq. We have to understand entirely that anything which is in this world has at least from 10 to even 20, even probably more percent of the same thing, and they got unseen creations. The angels are God's direct servant. Angel has, like I mentioned, a lot of another duty to do this, to do that, but all of them is get invoice from God directly by some direct connection to him. So right now I give you a break. Inshallah I come back, continue my talking about these unseen creations.